To find the slope of a line on a graph, we need to find the change in the y-coordinates over the change in the x-coordinates. On this graph, on the y-axis, we have position, which is represented by a D with this arrow on top of it. It means it's a vector. Position measured in meters. On the x-axis, we have time measured in seconds. And then we have this line that's been plotted by connecting a series of data points. When we find the change in the y values over the change in the x values, this is also known as finding the rise over the run. And so just to remind us, a linear equation is one in the form y equals mx plus b, where m stands for the slope and y stands for the y-intercept. That's the point where the line crosses the y-axis. And we can see just by looking at this that this line has a positive slope. And that a rule of thumb is whenever you look from the left to the right, if the line is headed uphill, the slope is positive. If when you look from the left to the right, the line is headed downhill, then it's a negative slope. If it's just flat horizontal, that's a zero slope. So we can see that this line has a positive slope because it's moving uphill as we go from left to right. So all we need to do is find the height and the width of this triangle formed by this line, and that will allow us to calculate the slope. So just using our eyes to see, there's a change in height. This height of this triangle is 8 meters. If I just sort of line it up with my eyes on the y-axis, that's a change in 8 meters. And then on the x-axis, it looks like it's a change of 20 seconds. It's a width of 20 seconds on this triangle formed by the line and the axes. And so for the calculation, I would write it like this. The change in y is equal to 8 meters and the change in x is equal to 20 seconds. And that reduces to 4 meters divided by 10 seconds. And then after that, we want to reduce that or convert that to its decimal form, 0.4. And the units are meters per second. So the units are always the y-axis values over the x-axis value. So we have meters per second, and that is units of velocity. And so this is a change in position compared to time graph, and it gives the slope of this line gives velocity.